Good morning. It's October 26th, year 2020. Our daily lectionary reading comes today from Psalm 119, verses 41 through 48. Let your steadfast love come to me, O Lord, your salvation according to your promise. Then I shall have an answer for those who taunt me, for I trust in your word. Do not take the word of truth utterly out of my mouth, for my hope is in your ordinances. I will keep your law continually, forever and ever. I shall walk at liberty, for I have sought your precepts. I will also speak of your decrees before kings, and shall not be put to shame. I find my delight in your commandments because I love them. I revere your commandments, which I love, and I will meditate on your statutes. Amen. It's a cloudy morning today in Tucson, Arizona, which is a welcome feature here. We usually get just sun after sun after sun, days of continuous sunshine. But because of the overcast and the brief rain, the mood seems a bit mellow. And in line with that, my soul rests on this 41st verse of Psalm 119. Let your steadfast love come to me, O Lord, your salvation according to your promise. And really, the word that I drawn to is let. It hasn't occurred to me, or I've forgotten, that I do have to let God love me. And what I mean is, we know that God's love for us does not change, but unless we are open to that, unless we are readily accepting of God's love for us, we miss out on what God is ready to give. Kind of like how the sun continues to shine on earth, but the overcast, the clouds, get in the way and sometimes obscures the sun. It doesn't mean that the sunlight isn't there. It is to recognize that the cloud is there, but to also know that the sun is there also. And in our life, when we don't feel God's love for us or God's mercy for us, it isn't because God has stopped loving us or because we have been found in error, but because there are things that cloud our judgment, our thoughts, our mood, so that we fail to recognize. Surely, living outside of the ordinances of God. In plain speak, if you are finding yourself convicted of sin, yes, that will be a reason for overcast in your life. But even outside of that, even when we are trying to do and be our best, sometimes we just don't experience God's grace and mercy, God's love, as readily as on other days. But that does not mean that it's not there. Part of our responsibility then is to let God's love come through, to reflect on God's love for us despite what may be going on. I hope that whatever is going on in your life today, you might find a way to let the steadfast love of God enter into your being, and so that your life would be made whole. Blessings to you. We'll see you next time.